In the next match, a classic example of who the dadgummit am I supposed to cheer for, and why would this dadgum match even happen? The Young Bucks and Jungle Boy and Dino against Private Party, Kazarian and Daniels. And are we 30 seconds in yet? Who am I supposed to cheer for? Why would this be happening, this match? 8 baby faces, all supposed to be friends. And did you notice that everybody else was in the ring because they're all flunkies, but the Road Warrior and his brother Balding get an entrance. And did you see their mean faces? They came to the ring, Brian, and they were super serial. They were serial.
Serial.
Super serial. Just like Al Gore was serial when he told the kids on South Park about Man Bear Pig. He was super serial.
Not serious. Serial?
Serial, yes. Okay. Serial. Super serial. It's a very serial situation. Anyway, they come out like the Road Warriors, and there was it was Road Warrior Buck, Matt, on the floor making faces like the shrooms had just kicked in early on in this match. Did you see him stand? He goes out where the obvious planted fan, and they made sure to get a real good camera shot of this too. He's making his fucking shroom faces when the planted fan is there with a, hey, hangman, drink my beer. So he snatches the fake page sign from the planted fan and tears it up and then pours the fan's beer on his head. This is a babyface move in any state. Now they're showing that not only are the Young Bucks those odds-defying little jack-offs from the backyard in California somewhere that did indeed kill the business, but now they're fucking petulant children that when people are fans of somebody that they're mad at, they tear up the fan signs and pour beer on their heads. I said they didn't have any heels in this company. They do. It's the Young Fucks. So this goddamn idiot, they had to do that spot on purpose. Then they also, because they're super serial, they wouldn't tag Jungle Boy or Dino Douche until they absolutely needed to, and then they just tagged them. The fake crowd wasn't even into this. Who are you going to boo? Who are you going to cheer for? They all just did a bunch of shit to each other, tagged when they wanted. The corpse referee was in charge. You've heard of the corpse bride? This is the fucking guy that was the referee at the wedding, the corpse referee. At one point, Frankie Kazarian and Isaiah Cassidy, one of the Private Party guys, were mad at each other. I don't know why. So the baby faces are just a bunch of pricks that just can't get along with each other. I wrote, why won't this end? Instead of wasting national TV time on these 8-man, 10-man, 4-way, multi-man mess matches where nobody gets over, no points made, nothing helps business, if they had invested the time in all these garbage matches into getting guys wins, getting them over, selling pay-per-views, having a focused approach to establishing a new talent and putting credibility in him, in the fucking fans' eyes on a weekly basis by, like you said, seeing him work, seeing him win, having him talk. Instead of putting people out there for a week or two and then you don't see them for a month and having guys go 20 minutes when they ought to go 8 in matches that shouldn't have been put together in the first place. So then Dino Douche gets the tag and makes his usual awkward comeback, but they were baby faces, so they couldn't feed, so he had to go and get them all. But he did, folks, get to do not 1, but 2 backflips. That means he's an awesome wrestler. And I'm so serial about that. Then they laid the 2 members of Private Party out in the middle of the ring, and their partners disappeared somewhere. And all 4 of the baby faces on babyface team A splashed them. 2 of them off the top rope and 2 by backflipping, but they all landed on them at the same time. And nobody even covered either one of these guys for a false finish. As Jim Ross said, it's all about winning. And nobody even tried to. Then they did some more shit where all the partners gather ringside and lean on the ring apron while the other guys interchangeably do spots. It was, at one point, it was like watching somebody projectile vomiting action figures. Like, imagine if you just ate like 10 action figures and then just fucking puked them all over it. That's what the ring looked like. And then the young fucks won some kind of way, and they left with their mean faces because they were still super serial, and they're mad about their friend. All they wanted was a friend. And Adam Page turned his back on us. Now we're going to cry because we don't get to have him come to the treehouse and drink juice boxes anymore. And now we're going to have Trent and Chuck come over instead of Paige, and at least Paige was more fun. And Trent's mother, she's going to drive over in that minivan, and she's going to catch us trying to sneak smokes. Fucking idiots. Did you see anything I missed?
No, I didn't like it. And, it's
right.
a problem with AEW in general. I don't know if it's been every week, but it feels like every week they have to do one of these 8-man tag matches. Every week they have to get every one of these guys on the show.
I guarantee you the boys are not volunteering for these. It's a Tony Khan thing because he's used to fucking booking his own indie wrestling and looking at indie wrestling.
I don't know.
Nobody wants to do these. You'd be an idiot to want to do these fucking matches. They booked us back into fucking Houston after we'd left and gone over to Dallas. They booked us back in Houston Easter Sunday of 85 the main event was a 4-way tag team match, drew 9,000 people. It was the Midnight Express versus the Rock and Roll Express versus the Freebirds versus the Dirty White Boys. And at least we had 3 heel teams and 1 fucking babyface team, but we had to interact with the Freebirds because they would only accept being eliminated by the Midnight Express. Blah, blah, blah. And it just... And that was a rarity, and we got by with it, but it wasn't a classic fucking match. These are impossible to have. Anyway.
Too many matches, too many multi-person matches, and too many 8-man tag matches. Not just AEW. They're not the only ones.
Everything.
Yeah.
Because the guys in the ring now are marks that grew up thinking that Ring of Honor from 2002 to 2006 was great wrestling. Where, honestly, there was a bunch of great guys involved, but they had a bunch of fucking little kids doing flips and scrambling and multi-person fucking mess matches. And now, 15 years later, these fucking people in the stands are in the goddamn ring. Anyway, so Jake Hager went into Pocket's locker room and told him that Jericho wanted him at ringside tonight to see what was going to happen. And typically he said nothing. FTR and Tully had a promo. Do you remember last week when I said, what the fuck did they do? Was there no producer? Did nobody want to tell Tully, hey, just start and do it over again? Why did they let that air? They should have been focused. They should have had something to talk about. They should have got to the point. Well, they're listening. This was Tully. They were focused. He sold the match. He made the point. Suddenly, a wrestling promo suddenly broke out. And then FTR sounded like they had more confidence and they got their shit. Did you see the difference from the meandering and wandering around last week to just focusing on talking about and selling the match?
It definitely seemed more focused, yes.
So that was fine.